Shalom, shalom. Back again. Late night special. Weird. What's up, beloved brethren? Can't get out Nehemiah in the crib. Shalom, Aki. Shalom. Late night special. Let me turn it to the board. Y'all see what we're dealing with. Turn it to the board. Now y'all see that. The coming of the Almighty One. Probably showing is it showing upside down or backwards? Number one, the words of the twin flames. Number two, what was the additional tribes, nations? Number three, who is the whore in Revelations? What, Michelle, what is the color of scarlet? We've been bamboozled on the smallest of things. The tiniest microscopic of things we have been lied to about that you wouldn't think nothing of. You see, because they know in the smallest things is he found. The answer will be revealed to you in the smallest of things where nobody cares to look is what they lied to you about. So you can always stay away and continue on in your journey and not paying attention to the small things. Because they have put such a cast of lies out there in the atmosphere. Should they even rise into your system? So sometimes when some speak lies, when they do speak lies, they can't even help it. Some people that speak lies, they can't even help it. Because that's what they've been fed. And that is the awakening that we have to fully come into. We have to fully come into the awakening of the lie has had no limitations. And he would start tripping once I start. The lies that has been propagated, formulated, and spewed out has no limitations. For some odd reason, our people seem to believe that the lies were at like a limit. It was a limit to the lies. So they get stuck on certain things that to them they believe is the full truth, and they don't want to move nowhere else. They stay stagnant. And that's the opposite of what the Most High wants you to do. The Most High wants you to move like Muhammad Ali. You dig? He wants you to stick and move. Jab, 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 move. Duck, move, duck. Gut punch. Rib cage. Pow, uppercut, chin. Jab. Counter punch. You got to move like a professional boxer. You understand? Dealing with these scriptures. Because they are pointed at you to cut or for you to cut. They are here for you to cut, and they can also be used against you by the wicked. What you think the enemy do? What do you think the adversary of the Most High's job? What is his job to do? Exactly what's been done. If you don't know your precepts, if you don't study yourself approved, the enemy is going to have so much fun with you with these scriptures, with these precepts, because he is taking advantage of every single thing you don't know. I'm going to let that reside. I'm going to let that resonate. Everything you do not know, this fool don't even know how to throw a hook. This fool don't even know how to throw a proper uppercut. And shit, he barely know how to throw a jab. And as the enemy, the adversary of the Most High looks at you, so does the world. So does the world. Correct? So does the world. Look at you the same exact way. Look at this ignorant bastard trying to pull out. Don't he know I've been whooping their ass for centuries with this? And why? Why have we been getting stumped out? Like Rodney King by the adversary of the Most High. Why? Have we not come complacent, Israel? Hebrews? His name is Yahweh. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Ahaya, Yeshaya. Have we not come complacent, Israel? Has anyone dared to take that walk in the wilderness? Has anyone dared to step into Exodus? And when I say that, I'm talking spiritually. Nothing I say is of the flesh. Let's make that very clear right now. So I say all that because I'm going to open it up with this. John 16, 14 and 15. Oh. Let me start at 12 on down. I have yet many things to say unto you, but ye cannot bear them now. Howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth. For he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak. And he will show you things to come. He shall glorify me, for he shall receive of mine, and shall show it unto you. Pay close attention to how he talks. You hear what he said? He waited till right now. Can you believe this guy? I'm gonna wait. Soon daddy come on. Soon he going live, I'm gonna act the fool. On Child Pete. Pete, what he's saying. Nobody paid attention to the words of the Messiah. Nobody paid attention to the words of the Messiah. They thinking that the Messiah, that's everybody waiting on him. Oh, we waiting on the Messiah. Come waiting on the Messiah. What did the Messiah just say? What did the Messiah say? He said, he shall glorify me, meaning he's going to up my rank. For he shall receive of mine, meaning my house, he shall receive of mine. And shall show it unto you. It's always been two houses, y'all. Nothing has changed. Showed you in Obadiah. We talk of the houses of Jacob and Joseph. Okay? Watch the precept that this Bible gives you. Watch the precept. And really, this is how the Most High ruled, even in the courts of men. Because all the foolery that they done in the King James Bible, there's one thing that you can't take away from it. Not this Bible right here. For this Bible right here got the precepts. It got the precepts. It comes with the precepts. Not all King James Bibles does, but matter of fact, get the ones at Walmart. It comes with the precepts, y'all. And this one says, I'm going to read it again. He shall glorify me, for he is of mine, and shall show it unto you. All things that the Father had are mine. Therefore said I, that he shall take of mine, and shall show it unto you. A little while, and ye shall not see me. And again, a little while, and ye shall see me, because I go to the Father. So watch this. Shalom, shalom, brother Philip in the house. Shalom. Now let me show you. So we're going to start. Now you go to Matthew 12. Okay. Or Matthew 11, Salakia. 27 on down. And I'm going to start at 26. Yeah, 25. At that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, maker of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. This is what everybody refuses, in particular the elders, refuse to understand this scripture, this exact precept. Because thou hast hid these things from the wise and the prudent. You know, the ones that, I done read the Bible front and back about 100,000 times, dog. I done read that thing so many times, man. I done read every scripture. I know exactly what the Bible say. Be the main ones that do not know what the Bible says. Has revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight, all things are delivered unto me of my Father. And no man knoweth the Son. Here's the catch, y'all. And no man knoweth the Son but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. Y'all want the breakdown? Do you want the breakdown? Now we go to dang on. I forgot my notes yet again. Over here. Now we go to well, I want to start this. That's so different. Genesis 30. We're in the book of Genesis. Let's go there. Hold on. Genesis 30. Oh no. He woke up. Man, this ain't good. Genesis 30. When Rachel, we're gonna key in on her. We're gonna key in on Rachel. Keep Rachel highlighted in your brain. She is the biggest part to all of this. When Rachel saw that she bore Jacob no children, she envied her sister, and she said to Jacob, "Give me children, or I shall die." Jacob became very angry with Rachel and said, "I am in the place of God, who has withheld from you the fruit of the womb." Then she said, "Here is my maid Bilhah. Go in to her, that she may bear upon my knees, and that I too may have children through her." So I want y'all to get a good idea, a good outlook onto what's taking place right here. And so she gave him her maid Bilhah as a wife, and Jacob went into her, and Bilhah conceived and bore Jacob a son. Now we know the rest, going all the way down with the tribes and the moms. So let's get to this. 25. I'm gonna start at 22. 22 is very key. Then God, power remembered Rachel, and power heed her and opened her womb. Right? And opened her womb. She conceived and bore a son and said, "Power has taken away my reproach." And she named Joseph, saying, "May the Maker add. May the Lord add to me another son." Okay? Now, when she's saying this, it's time for us to start putting two and two together. So you look at it plain, you look at it dead, you will never see it. All you got to do is look up the meaning of the name Joseph. And what does his name mean? What does it incline? When Rachel had borne Joseph, Jacob said to Laban, "Send me away, that I pray, that I may go to my own home and country. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served you, and let me go, for you know very well the service I have given you." Now, what made Jacob want to go home after he didn't finally knocked up Rachel? So yet again, we see ourselves in this thing right here. Oh, Haas? No, I didn't get a copy of that, family. I didn't get a copy of that joint. Uh, Excuse the baby language. Now we here, and I'm in the. I think this is the birth of Jacob's children, and of course I went over this, but now the more and more you peel back more layers of the onion, right? So it says this. I'm gonna start right where it says Leah bore once more, and this last time it was a daughter, a man child turned into a woman by her prayer. When she conceived for the seventh time, she spake as follows: God promised Jacob 12 sons. I bore him 6. And each of the 2 handmaids has bore him 2. If now I were to bring forth another son, my sister Rachel would not be equal even unto the handmaids. Therefore she prayed to power to change the male embryo in her womb into a female, and power hearkened unto her prayer. Now all the wives of Jacob, Leah, Rachel, Zilpah, and Bilhah, united their prayers with the prayer of Jacob, and together they besought power to remove the curse of barrenness from Rachel. On New Year's Day, the day whereon power sits in judgment upon the inhabitants of the earth, he remembered Rachel and granted her a son. And Rachel spake. All the people has said that she was not a pious woman, else had she bore children. And now that power had hearkened to her and opened her womb, such idle talk no longer had any reason. By bearing a son, she had escaped another disgrace. She had said to herself, Jacob had in mind to return to the land of his birth, and my father will not be able to hinder his daughters who have borne him children from following their husband there with their children. But he will not let me, the childless wife, go to and help, and he will keep me here and marry me to one of the uncircumcised. She said furthermore, as my son had removed my reproach, so Joshua, his descendant, will roll away a reproach from the Israelites when he circumcises them beyond Jordan. Rachel called her son Joseph. Increase, saying, power will give me an additional son. I want you to pay attention. Highlight that additional. Additional. Okay, keep that add into the membrane. Remember I said, number 2, what was the additional tribes or nations? Where did they come from? Watch this. Prophetess as she was, she foresaw she would have a second son, but increase added on by power is larger than the original capital itself. meaning his blessings is more abundant than what you can comprehend. Benjamin, the second son, whom Rachel regarded merely as a supplement, had 10 sons. Now, if you remember in my earlier teachings, I broke down how Benjamin named all his 10 sons after the accolades of Joseph. That was his motivation to name his sons. While Joseph begot only 2, right? So it was 10 plus 2. These 12 together may be considered the 12 tribes born by Rachel. Had Rachel not used the form of expression, the Lord add to me another son, she herself would have begotten 12 tribes with Jacob. Lord added to me another son. Now we're going to come back to this book right here in the next chapter. We're going to come right back. You're going to come right back. You did. Get a holder. Sure. So right now, let's go to 35, Genesis 35. Genesis 35. And I'm going to start at 10. Power said to him, your name is Jacob. No longer shall you be called Jacob, but Israel shall be your name. So he was called Israel. Power said to him, I am Power Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall come from you. A nation and a company of nations shall come from you, and kings shall spring from you. The land that I gave to Abraham and Isaac, I will give to you. Pay attention. And I will give the land to your offsprings after you. And I will give the land to your offsprings after you. Shalom, Aki. You see what he's saying? Understand who we dealing with. Understand who the Father is. When he says something, this is how he talks in the Bible. Is he not going to do it in dramatic fashion? All these things. Then it says, then power went up from him at the place where he had spoken with him. Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he had spoken with him, a pillar of stone, and he poured out a drink offering on it and poured oil on it. So Jacob called the place where God had spoken with him Bethel. Now, he also wrote and what's that? 33 and 19 or 20. Genesis 33 and 20. There he erected an altar and called it the Elohim of Yasharallah. You see? Now watch this. There's no getting around it. I told y'all was going to see. There's no more games to be played. We at the end. Whoever want to still believe in the fake that was taught to us by man, that's on you. So let's go here. What you got for me? Mm-hmm. 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 Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Watch this. Yes, sir, brother Philip. That was all fire, man. I wanted to bring out. What you doing, sir? Why did Jacob, after Rachel was born, after Rachel brung in Joseph, why did Jacob say, okay, all right, boss. Hey, look, it's time to bounce. I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go back home to my homeland. What did I just read? What did power promise him? Who came into the picture to where he knew now it was time to make that move to go back to the lands that he gave to his forefathers? Jacob had only been waiting for Joseph to be born to begin preparations for his journey home. What did I say right there? What did I just read in the Bible? The Holy Spirit had revealed to him that the house of Joseph would work the destruction of the house of Esau. And therefore, Jacob exclaimed at the birth of Joseph, now I need not fear Esau or his legions. He wrote down, journey home. He wrote down the Elohim of Yasharallah. On that place where he saw power face to face. So this also tags into the dream and why Jacob knew the dream even better than Joseph. He knew Big Dog came on the scene. Yeah, party's over. The coming of the Almighty One. So when you go to Numbers. Let me show y'all something before I go there, to show y'all what I'm talking about and what he did. With what Jacob wrote down. What's in John? Give it to me. Hey, is that 4? Is that 4? Yep. John chapter 4, verse 5. Then cometh to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near to the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Right here in this book, the precept says Genesis 33:19. Right there. You see it? Yeah, right there. 33:19. That's the precept. Right? And so let's go back to it. 33:19. What did it say? And from the sons of Hamor, Shishon, fathers, he brought for 100 pieces of money the plot of land on which he had pitched his tent. There he erected an altar and called it Elohim Israel. They even tried to spell Elohim retarded just to throw you off. You see? Right here in the New Testament, they tell you Jacob gave it to Joseph. Now, why would he do such a thing? Or he just gave it to him. He already knew who Joseph was. All right, there they break up my connection. As soon as I say that, they interrupted my connection. Come on, YouTube. Come on, man. You know ain't nobody looking at me. Come on, man. Yeah. It's over. And now he's here again. And this is who the Messiah was talking about. He will glorify me in front of you. And get the parable, get the riddle that the Messiah spoke in, right? Only the Son knows the Father. Only the Son knows the Father. Right. Crazy, bro. So what is he saying? The Father played the Son. The father is none other than Joseph. He played the son. Jacob, I already brung that out to you for the ones that can see, is none other than Michael. Michael is none other than the Messiah. This is how he was able to speak in such manner that they couldn't comprehend what he was saying. It wasn't making sense to them. This dude talking crazy. If you've seen the son, then you've seen the father. Yeah, if you've seen the son, said no man has seen him. If you've seen the son, then you have seen the father. Because the son played the father. Or the father played the son. So I call it Godhead. You got to understand the Godhead. Or what they call the Godhead. Like in the sealed portion. We went over this time and time again. Said the father left two in charge to do this whole thing, to operate this whole system. And now that it's getting out of hand, you're going to see these two come back into fruition. This is what the Messiah said, well, you see me, you'll see me again. But you're going to see the Father this time when you see me, is what he was saying, because he will glorify me in front of you. In the sealed portion, it tells you that he left the two he left in charge is Jehovah and Christ. Or Jehovah and Michael. They call Michael the Holy Ghost. And Jehovah the Christ. That's why you can't number the books. How many books you got to go into. You can't number it. You can't fall into that trap. You can't do it. That's a huge no-no. So you see, because therefore you would never understand or believe what's coming out of my mouth. And that'll be on your head, not mine. You would have never guessed to find it in the Legend of the Jews that where that name extends from, Jehovah, that is Jehoshaphat, not Jehovah, it's Jehoshaphat. You will never see that. Like many see when they see Jehovah, they just say, "Oh, that's the devil." That's they automatically label it with Satan. Don't you think that Satan got a lot to do behind that? Don't you think he threw that monkey wrench in there personally himself? Ooh, he was jumping at, boy, licking his fingertips. Give me the honor to do this one. I'm gonna do this one myself. So when people see Jehovah in the Bible, it completely throws them left. That, my friend, was by design. That was by design. That's why when you read precept upon precept, you hate every false way. That saying couldn't be no truer. It can't be. It can't get. That's the most truth you can get in a scripture by far. Because it literally so let's go to Numbers 24. Numbers 24. Remember, that's why I said keep Rachel in your head. I'm still not done with Rachel. Keep Rachel here. Says she plays a big role. All right. I already showed you half of that. Okay. She had her own 12 through her 2 sons. So 24. And 14 on down. And it reads this. And now behold, I go unto my people. Come therefore, and I will advertise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. And he took up his parable and said, Baal-Laim, the son of Beor, hath said, and the man whose eyes are open has said, he has said, which heard the words of power and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Seth, and Edom shall be a possession. And Edom shall be a possession. Zaire also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion. What? Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. Who did I say? What did I just read in the Legend of the Jews? What did Jacob know? He was waiting on who to come again? But most of us think that the answer is in the Bible. No, this is how you precept back to the Bible, because they took the answers out of the Bible. We got to piece back the words of power. It's collecting the bones of Joseph. You understand? As his children got separated by the adversary of him, so did he, who is the Father. Dominion. Shall he come that have dominion? seal portion, 14, 24, and 25. Drop that one about the names. And like I said, I already addressed that. You know what I'm saying? The names are meant to send you left. It's meant to send your ass to Pluto. So you can never find him. So I think I'm done. Yeah, I think I'm done out of there. What's that, bro? Ah, that's why when you go to Obadiah, I got so many precepts right now in my head. That's when you go to Obadiah, right? Booker. Look at this guy. Yeah. With my pen. And I don't even know how you got that pen. Hold on. It's over there. Must be back. Shit. It's not. Man, I get so frustrated trying to find these. Little Obadiah's in the midst of one of these. Stop playing with me, man. All right. So Obadiah, that's why you get 17 on down. But upon Mount Zion, oh my goodness. He must didn't get my thing. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Maker has spoken it. What does this ties back into, y'all? What did he say? What did Jacob say? The father of the house of Jacob? What did he say? I've been waiting on Joseph to come because it's going to be his sons. What would that make Joseph, y'all? You see? Got the name, all of this. Let's read. And is it not by the works of Christ of Comminkin, or by whatever name he might be called, that we are saved. I say unto you, that it is by the works which the name of Christ doeth symbolize, by which we are saved. Behold, we are not saved by his name, but by that which he had accomplished for us. Therefore, it mattereth not unto the Father by what name we call him, or those whom he had commissioned to serve us and bring us back to his kingdom. All of this name in that name, a stumbling block being cast before us. Right. Like I said, because if you're going by the names and being stuck by the names, right, you would never know that the Messiah is Michael. You can never see that. You see? Or better yet, you ain't gonna know nothing that what I'm saying right now is a foreign language. This is the tongue of the angel. This is what he meant by it. The one that can speak of the Father. This is so-called speaking in tongues. That's why YouTube get a nervous breakdown when I mention the name. When I give off the vibration of who the true King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the one who came down here and did everything that you read about the promises of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He came down here and he actually did it. By doing what? By conquering the adversary. So he is a man of his word. He accomplished it all while he was here. He was able to tell his brethren, which is the house of Jacob, I got this. The Father sent me here to preserve life. Not only to preserve life, but to give you a great deliverance. You, but your children and your children's children down the line until this very moment. There's only one individual that came and did it. There's only one. We must begin to speak of his name. We have to start speaking of his accolades. Period. Because you see, all these so-called religious groups do not. Why do you think that is? No man speaks of him. No man speaks of him. So watch. So now, I think I want Isaiah 34. Well, I got all this highlighted. The whole chapter. Now, when I speak and read this chapter, people on who's talking. Come near, ye nations, to hear. and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Most High is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcass, melted with their blood. He's talking about us, by the way. All the host of heaven shall be dissolved. See? The host of heaven, that's you. And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. So, always trying to explain to others, children of the true and living power, that you're a fallen angel too. You just didn't choose to join Satan like thoroughly, like you chose to like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm against the Most High. It's team Satan. No, but how did you fall? By doing what Dum Dum did. Not having so much pride, but just by it's many ways to sin. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Most High is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Most High has had a sacrifice in Basra, in a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Most High's vengeance, in the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. You see? So it's for a reason. Now, when you read Revelations, who is the whore? 17, you get this. And there came one of the seven angels, which has seven veils, and talked with me, saying unto me, come here, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, the brethren. And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast. Now we coming into, boo. Yeah. Do we got that pen open? Yeah. What is the color of scarlet. On your free time, do you research? You looking at it, y'all. You good, family? So, oh no. How this thing about to die on me? Hold on. Hold on. Oh my goodness. What? Don't tell me you feel good. He trying to get a tomato, boo. All right, Salakia. Sorry about that. Scarlet. Scarlet. Red. You're looking at it. You're looking at it. You're looking at it, Aki. Okay? You're looking at it, beloved brother. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious stones. Okay? And pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. What did we get in trouble for? So, what this bear record too is how already taken place. Once again, precept in Jeremiah 51 and 7. I'm going to start at 6. And remember what I said, I'm going to start at 5 just to make an example. So when you hear Judah, just replace it with Jacob. They just replaced Judah. Judah just replaced Jacob with themselves in the Bible. So when you read 5, it should read, for Israel have not been forsaken, nor Jacob of his God, nor Jacob of his power, of the Most High of hosts. though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Most High's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Most High's hand. You see? That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm of her pain, if so be she may be healed. What does this tie into? Well, let's precept. Take balm for her pain. Howl for her. These words come in similitude of this precept. Comes in similitude of this precept, y'all. Amos 6:6. 5. They chant to the sound of the viol and invent to themselves instruments of music, like David, that drink wine in bowls and anoint themselves with the chief ointments, but they are not grieved for the affliction of Joseph. You see? Why? Put the puzzle, the pieces together. Whatever's been done to this land has been done unto Joseph, has been done unto his children, has been done unto his people. And nobody cares to talk about it. Why? Because everybody has become complacent. Yep, there it is, family. Fine brass, red as fresh cut copper, and never tarnished, but covered with a layer of brown soup or soaked. I think that's what it says. How you say that? There it is. You see? Now we're going into depth about it. Of why? This is why. See how those precepts just went together? Jeremiah 51, Amos 6. Got some more. Don't worry, we got more. Ezekiel. Now I'm going to read these out. Ezekiel. This is where Mama come back into the picture. Mama Rachel. Okay, fam. Ooh, that's a lot of pages, man. 966. So Ezekiel chapter 19. Watch this. Once again, is coming with the same He's coming at you with the same speech. You hear the same thing over again. Moreover, take thou up a lamentation for the princess of Israel, and say, what is thy mother? A lioness. And when you find out what a lioness is, what a lioness is, you find out everything that they do. They are the real leaders of the camp, of the pack. This scripture will hit you harder. She lay down among lions. She nourished her whelps among young lions. And she brought up one of her whelps. It became a young lion. What in the Shiza Phoenicia is going on over there? And she brought up one of her whelps. It became a young lion, and it learned to catch the prey. It devoured man. The nations also heard of him. He was taken in their pit. The nations also heard of him. He was taken in the pit. You see how he's always trying to remind you of who he is, of who the scriptures is speaking of. And they brought him with chains unto the land of Egypt. Oh, wow. Who could this be? She was born of a woman. Power remembered Rachel and opened her womb. So who right here is it highlighting and telling you who it is? This do in remembrance of me. Because what comes with remembering Joseph? What comes with that? The commandments, the laws of the Father, the statutes, his testimonies. Now, 5, now she saw that she had waited and her hope was lost. Then she took another of her whelps and made him a young lion. And he went up and down among the lions. He became a young lion and learned to catch the prey and devoured man. Devouring flesh. That's what we are here to do. Devour flesh. Devour the acts of men. You get it? You have to become a spiritual being. I'm speaking of what I'm trying to accomplish. Let's get that understood. I'm just like you. I'm no better. I'm no different. But what I do understand is what these scriptures are saying. You must be a devourer of cancel flesh. Be an adversary to flesh. And he knew their desolate places, and he laid waste their cities, and laid waste desolate in the fullness thereof, by the noise of his roaring. Then the nations set against him on every side, from the province and spread their net over him. He was taken into their pit, and they put him inward in chains, and brought him to the king of Babylon. They brought him into holds, that his voice should no more be heard upon the mountains of Yasharallah. Thy mother is like a vine in the blood, in thy blood, planted by the waters. She was fruitful and full of branches by reason of many waters. And she had strong rods for the scepters of them that bear rule. I see you, YouTube. Stop messing with my joint, man. Get off my channel. All right. It's over. Cut it out. This, what you doing ain't gonna stop nothing. It says 11, and she had strong rods for the scepters of them that bear rule, and her stature was exalted among the thick branches, and she appeared in her height with the multitude of her branches. Who extended it? Jacob. The children. Rachel. Here. Take her. Go inside her. Yeah, knock her up. Yeah, take her. Go inside her. Knock her up. Here, yeah, take her. Go inside her. Knock her up. That was the extension of her branches. Rachel. Why you think all the handmaids said, wait a minute, we can't get no more kids until Rachel get one. Let's all get together and pray. You see? And because Rachel did such an act, what came unto her? What flowed out of her? And she appeared in her height with the multitude of her branches. But she was plucked up in fury. She was cast down to the ground, and the east wind dried her fruit. Her strong rods were broken and withered. The fire consumed them. And now she is planted in the wilderness. In the wilderness. Now she is planted in the wilderness. In a dry and thirsty ground. And fire is gone out of a rod of her branches, which had devoured her fruit, so that she had no strong rod to be a scepter to rule. This is a lamentation, and shall be for a lamentation. You see? Now, with these various books, where they scattered the dry bones, you get in the fullness of who the scriptures are speaking of. You get it? Savages. That's exactly what they called. Yeah. And had all and had more. I just found out today that the tiger the meaning of the name tiger, its origin is American. The name tiger, the origin of the name tiger means originated in America, meaning we moved all the tigers out of America and put them over there in Asia. Right, Israel were the Tartarians of old. This is why Brother Philip, he continuously has a riddle in the Bible and he's continuously telling us who remembers the old ways. Because if you remember the old ways, you will remember me. I am the beginning and the end. I am Alpha and Omega. I'm the Father and I'm the Son. That's the beginning and the end. You get it? That's the former and the latter. So we're going to go here. Now we're going to 20. Okay? The revealing. The revealing. That's why you hear the Messiah say in the New Testament, blessed is he who is born of a what? A woman. Blessed is he that is born of a woman. I just gave it to you. This is what Ezekiel 19 is speaking of. Speaking of Rachel. By Rachel. That's who we're speaking of. Because out of her did the Almighty come. So he gives that honor unto Rachel. Rachel, Mary, woman. Yep. He gives that honor back unto her. Ezekiel chapter 20 reads, and it came to pass in the 7th year, in the 5th month, the 10th day of the month, that certain of the elders of Israel came to inquire of the Most High and sat before me. Then came the word of the Most High unto me, saying, Son of man, speak unto the elders of Israel, and say unto them, thus saith the Most High Power, are ye come to inquire of me? As I live, saith the Most High Power, I will not be inquired of by you. You see? Wilt thou judge them, son of man? Wilt thou judge them? Because of them to know the abominations of their fathers, and say unto them, thus saith the Most High Power, in the day when I chose Israel and lifted up my hand unto the seed of the house of Jacob, and made myself known. Pay close attention. Once again, he's giving it away. He's giving away his identity. This is what I'm talking about, Philip. This is what I'm talking about. Listen to how power gives away his identity. Okay? Of when he came down here. He's letting you know. And made myself, what he say? And lifted up my hand unto the seed of the house of Jacob, and made myself known unto them in the land of Egypt. Did he not make himself known to the brethren, which is the house of Jacob? Come on, man. And where did he do it? In Egypt. When I lifted up my up my hand unto them, saying, I am the Most High your power. In the day that I lifted up my hand unto them to bring them forth of the land of Egypt into a land that I had espied for them, into a land that I have espied for them. Brother Philip, please put in the chat the definition of espy. E-S-P-I-E-D. He said, in the day that I lifted up my hand unto them to bring them forth of the land of Egypt into a land that I had espied for them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands. Was published in 1938. Or obscure glimpse, a spy, or to catch sight of something that is distant, partially hidden, or obscure. Glimpse. Come on, y'all. He came and he done it. Listen to this part. Then said I unto them, cast ye away every man the abominations of his eyes, and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am the Most High, your power. Let go. Joshua 24, Yahushua 24 and 14 is the pre. Now therefore fear the Most High and serve him in serenity and in truth, or sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood in Egypt, and serve ye the Most High. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Most High, choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the true and living Father. And on that note, answers read, Revelation speaks of us. We were the whore that sat on many waters. That was the fornicator with the cup of abomination. What was the additional tribes and nations? The house of Joseph. He came to add. He added. That's what he told Jacob. The works of the flame, of the twin flames. who has been appointed to make you remember? Michael, the Messiah. That's what he came in the so-called New Testament doing, telling you of the Father. If you have seen the Son, then you have seen the Father. No man knows the Son but the Father. And vice versa. Why? Because the Son became the Father. All them scriptures in the Bible just bear witness to all three of these questions. Starting with what? John 16 and 15. Precept in Matthew chapter 11, verse 27 on down. You see? Don't believe me? Nah, I would rather you study to show thyself approved. And only allow mother and father to be your teachers, who is knowledge and wisdom. And with that being said, beloved brothers and sisters, this is Brother Nehemiah coming at y'all again. I hope this lesson was edifying. Once again, Brother Philip, thank you for all the do. Thank you for all the precepting. I love it. I thank you as an understatement. I appreciate you, fam. Shalom to the Akis, Dash y'all, get out Nehemiah. Thank y'all for tapping in with me, my beloved brethren. Hey, man, we're going to keep this thing rocking. I'm not going to stop. Most High willing, true living power willing, y'all will know the accolades of my Father. Until next time, shalom.